हेलो एंड वेलकम बैक टू अजीमी ट्यूटोरियल। लास्ट वीडियो में हमने सिर्फ हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंग्लिश लिटरेचर तक किया था। अब हम लोग ग्रुप बी जो फिलोलॉजी है उस पर ध्यान देंगे। फॉर दिस ईयर CC1 में जो इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस आपके लिए है वो है डिस्कस द सेलिएंट फीचर्स ऑफ अमेरिकनिज्म विथ सूटेबल एग्जाम्पल्स, write a short note on Scandinavian influence on the English vocabulary, write a short note on French influence on English language. So because last video बहुत बड़ा हो गया था, so इस वीडियो को हम लोग शॉर्ट करेंगे और instead of discussing every single question we will discuss any two questions in this one. Okay, so we'll discuss with Americanism. American English and British English, there are differences between them in several factors, but we will be focusing on three important categories. One is vocabulary, another is spelling, and pronunciation. Let's talk about spelling first. In UK, certain words are spelled like color, COLOUR. Okay, color is spelled with an additional U, but in American English they omit the additional U. So for example, words like honor, in UK they write it like this, in US they write like this. All right, then there are other words like analyze and analyze. You can see US they use SE, in America they use ZE. Certain words they do like dream, past tense of dream, in UK they write dreamt. Oh, so sorry. In UK they write dreamt, but in USA they use ed. So these are certain differences based on the spelling. Then when it comes to vocabulary, let's see. In UK they call it flat, in US we call it apartment. In UK it's cash point, in US it's ATM, biscuit, cookies, and so on. Cab, taxi, football, soccer. There are a lot of examples. You need to enlist them. When it comes to pronunciation, certain words, for example, words like this. In US it is pronounced as either. Emphasis is given on E. In USA, in UK, sorry, in UK it's called either. In USA it's called either. Emphasis is given on I. Neither, neither. In US it's called bathe. In UK it's called bath. So these are certain differences which you need to keep in mind. English is a very important language, but it is no longer considered as a standard form of language, because in English itself there are different variations, different dialects, and it is, many people believe, like people like Amy Tan, they believe that it is very classist to label one form of English as standard while leaving the rest of the form of English as non-standard. So that is whole lot of another debate. We will not get into that. With our focus from examination perspective is these categories. Apart from these, there are some differences between American English and British English when it comes to their grammar, but we will not go into it right now, because like I said, these classes are for you to have an idea on how to proceed. Okay, these are not complete, I'm not giving you a complete notes of anything, I'm just giving you certain guidelines. Okay, make your own answer, make your own notes, and if you have any problem, reach out to me in the comment section. Next question, we will do French influence in, when it comes, if the question comes, French influence on English language. Write about Norman conquest in the introduction, then list down the important categories in which, in important fields in which French have influenced English. For example, in the field of words related to government administration and politics, so we have a lot of words that we have imported from French. For example, words like the crown, state, government, sovereign, power, minister, council, etc. Then words related to feudalism, all right, because this entire concept of feudalism was important from France to England, so it introduced a great number of words. Like when it comes to denoting scales of rank, prince and peer. When it comes to denoting court life, court, courtiers, noble, etc. Words like honor and glory, power. Okay, these are words which English imported from French language. Then in the field of military words, so just to make it simpler, after writing about Norman conquest, you are going to list down certain fields. So the first one that I mentioned was government. Second one that I mentioned was words related to feudalism. Third one is related to war. Okay, so words related to war would be a wrong category. Let's make it military. Okay, military. So in military, you will have words like war, peace, battle, siege, army, navy, officers, lieutenant, soldiers, etc. All these words were important from French. Then there were law terms like jury, plaintiff, plead. So fourth is law. I'm just writing the category. You can Google it and you can make your own answers based on this. Then words related to family. Fifth one is family, like nephew, cousin, niece, aunt, uncle. Then words related to food, bacon, venison, roast, toast, pastry, all from French words. And words related to uh, ecclesiastical terms like religion, survive, trinity, angel, saint, altar, clergy. All these words are taken from English language. But before that, please mention about Norman conquest. Okay. Similarly, I forgot to mention when it comes to Americanism, you need to mention about colonization. Okay, how English reached the shore of America. Okay, mention that in introduction and then write down the differences whichever we have discussed earlier. Okay, now section 2 we have questions. One question will be there on word formation. All right, so what do you mean by word formation? Just define the process of forming new words by process of forming new words is called word formation. That's it. And then mention different types of, write different types of it. So you can mention, since it's 10 marks, you can mention 5 different types of word formation if it's not given. So number 1 is compounding. Compounding is when you use two words and you combine to form a new words. For example, foot plus ball becomes football. Similarly, ice cream, footpath, and there are baseball, overbridge. A lot of words are like that. Okay, mailman, fireplace. Just keep writing. I'm not explaining how these two words are combining, noun, noun, verb, what happens there. That you have to find on your own. All right. Next, derivations. What do you mean by derivations? So in derivation, what happens, it is the process by of forming new words. How, what you do here, you modify the roots, okay, without the addition of new roots. So what we do, for example, if there is a word, what we do, we simply add a suffix or prefix to it. I'll just give you an example. Suppose there is a word called beauty. Okay, from beauty, what do you get? You get beautiful. So the root word is beauty. You're not changing the root, you're just adding the suffix. Similarly, sometimes you add prefix to it. So accordingly, these are called derivation. You're deriving new words. Okay, pure, purity, use, useful. Okay, regardless, from regard. All these are the examples of derivation. Third type is blending. Blending happens again, it's a process of word formation. It is a very common way of making new words. We blend two different words into one single word. Okay, that's called blending. So for example, let me just erase this. Hotel plus motor. Okay, we get motel, a place which is like hotel. Okay, to stay overnight. Another example would be smoke plus fog, we get smog. We are blending, we are forming new words by combining the two words. Okay, what are we doing here? We are talking about word formation. Word formation is a process of forming new words. Okay, so there are a lot of ways in which we can form new words, but from exams perspective we will focus only on five. Okay, compounding. One is compounding. In compounding, what you do, you take two different words, combine them, form a new words. For example, foot plus ball, football, footpath, overbridge, etc. Derivation, you take the word, okay, and you derive it, you add suffix or prefix, form new word. For example, beauty, from beauty we are getting beautiful. From use we are getting useful, useless, regard, regardless, etc. Blending, in blending we take two words, we combine one part of this word with another part of this word, and what do we get? A new word, which is like smog, which is combination of both. Again, hotel plus motor, we are getting motel. Another example would be stagflation plus inflation, we are getting stagnation plus inflation, we are getting stagflation. So these are some of the examples of blending. The fourth type of word formation is called clipping. What we do in clipping is that we take a word and then we cut a part of that word to make it short. For example, bicycle is a word. Okay, we clip, meaning we cut one part of the word. What do we left with? Bike. Okay, similarly, memo, it is a short for memorandum. Telephone. Okay, telephone, we clip tele part, what do we left with? Phone. Okay, so these are some of the examples of clipping. The fifth type is acronym. So acronym, अक्सर क्या होते हैं, लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं एक्रोनिम और एब्रीविएशन में. लोगों को लगता है कि ये सेम चीज़ है, बट थोड़ा सा स्लाइट डिफरेंस होता है. एब्रीविएशन भी शॉर्ट फॉर्म होता है, एक्रोनिम भी शॉर्ट फॉर्म होता है, बट एब्रीविएशन उस शॉर्ट फॉर्म्स को हम लोग बोलते हैं जिसको हम लोग प्रोनाउंस नहीं कर पाते. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट BCCI, इसमें हम लोग हर एक इंडिविजुअल लेटर को प्रोनाउंस करते हैं, BCCI. सो ये क्या हुआ, इसको एक्रोनिम नहीं बोलेंगे, इसको हम लोग बोलेंगे एब्रीविएशन. सिमिलरली HIV, we are pronouncing individual word HIV. STD. So these are called abbreviation. So acronym क्या हुआ? Acronym वो short forms हुआ जिसको हम लोग एक साथ pronounce कर सकते हैं. मिसाल के तौर पे AIDS, Acquired Immunodeficiency Syndrome, AIDS. इसको हम लोग प्रोनाउंस कर रहे हैं इंडिविजुअली, AIDS नहीं बोलते, एड्स बोलते हैं. उसी तरह से यूनेस्को हो गया, यूनिसेफ हो गया, एंड सो ऑन. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ मोर एग्जांपल्स. सो इसको कहते हैं, ये भी एक न्यू वर्ड फॉर्म हो गया यूनेस्को. सारे इंडिविजुअल वर्ड्स का इनिशियल लेटर्स लिए और उसको हम लोग कंबाइन कर दिए. सो इसको कहते हैं एक्रोनिम. ये 5 है. अगेन वंस अगेन आई वुड से कि ये जो हो रहा है आपको बस गाइडेंस मिल रही है कि कैसे आपको आंसर लिखना है. इस पे आपको खुद रिसर्च करना है एंड अपना आंसर प्रिपेयर करना है. वर्ड फॉर्मेशन इज़ वन ऑफ द ईजिएस्ट टॉपिक फ्रॉम योर सिलेबस. ओके, सो इस पे आंसर रेडी कर लीजिए. इस पे डेफिनेटली आंसर क्वेश्चन आने वाले हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, शॉर्ट नोट लिखना है मैलाप्रोपिज्म पे. सो 1775 में, जो कि रिस्टोरेशन कॉमेडी का टाइम था, उसमें एक प्ले आया था जिसका नाम था द राइवल्स. इस प्ले को किसने लिखा था? इस प्ले को लिखने वाले थे रिचर्ड शेरिडन. उन्होंने एक कैरेक्टर को इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. उस कैरेक्टर का नाम था मिसेस मैलाप्रॉप. तो ये जो कैरेक्टर थी, इनकी आदत थी कि ये गलती से कोई भी वर्ड को किसी अलग तरीके से प्रोनाउंस करती थी. ओके, ये एक सेल्फ एडुकेटेड लेडी थी जो हमेशा एक सिमिलर साउंडिंग, दो वर्ड जो कि सेम साउंड करता है, उसको एक दूसरे में इंटरचेंजेबली यूज़ करती थी. ओके, जैसे कि एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे फिगमेंट, हम लोग बोलते हैं इट वॉज जस्ट अ फिगमेंट ऑफ हर इमेजिनेशन. उसको वो कैसे यूज़ करती? पिगमेंट, इट वॉज जस्ट अ पिगमेंट ऑफ हिज इमेजिनेशन. जैसे कि डेफेमेशन, कि आई एम सुइंग यू फॉर द डिफेमेशन ऑफ कैरेक्टर, उनको वो क्या प्रोनाउंस करती? आई एम सुइंग यू फॉर द डेफिनेशन ऑफ कैरेक्टर. सो ये क्या हो गया? एक कॉमिक सीन क्रिएट होता है. ओके, जिससे ऑडियंस लोग हंसते हैं. सो इसी से हम लोग मैलाप्रोपिज्म वर्ड निकाले हैं. सो बेसिकली इसका मतलब क्या होता है? इट इज़ लाइक मिस यूजिंग वर्ड्स टू क्रिएट अ कॉमिक इफेक्ट. ओके, एंड हाउ डू यू मिस यूज इट? बिकॉज ऑफ इग्नोरेंट और कन्फ्यूजन और फ्लस्टर्ड. कभी कभी क्या होता है, इंसान जल्दबाजी में या नर्वसनेस में कुछ बोलना कुछ और चाहता है, सिमिलर साउंडिंग वर्ड्स बोल देता है. हिंदी में भी होता है. सो इससे क्या होता है, इंसान को एक लोग हंसने लगते हैं. उसी को मैलाप्रोपिज्म कहते हैं. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज जॉनसनेज. सो जॉनसनेज में क्या होता था? ये एक तरीका है लिखने का. किसके ऊपर बेस्ड है? डॉक्टर सैमुअल जॉनसन. ओके, इनके स्टाइल को जॉनसनेज, इनसे हम लोग बोले. क्यों? ये क्या करते थे अपने राइटिंग में? ये काफ़ी ज़्यादा पॉम्पस फ्रेजोलॉजी का इस्तेमाल करते थे. पॉम्पस मतलब दिखावा, फ्रेजोलॉजी मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सेसिवली हाई फाई फ्रेज का इस्तेमाल करते थे. लैटिन एक ऐसी लैंग्वेज माना जाता है उस ज़माने में कि एक लैंग्वेज ऑफ एडुकेटेड माना जाता है, जो पढ़े लिखे लोग होते थे. सो वो अपनी किताब में भले ही वो इंग्लिश में लिखते हैं लेकिन फिर भी लैटिन का वर्ड्स का फ्रेज का इस्तेमाल करते थे. ये शो करने के लिए, बड़े बड़े वर्ड्स का इस्तेमाल करने के लिए, ये काफ़ी ज़्यादा एक अलग किस्म का इनका रुतबा है. ओके, सो जो लोग इस तरीके से लिखते हैं, हाई फाई वर्ड्स का यूज़ करते हैं, ओके, दे आर यूजिंग बॉम्बास्टिक वर्ड्स टू एक्सप्रेस देमसेल्फ, वैसे राइटिंग को, उस तरीके की राइटिंग को हम लोग कहते हैं जॉनसनेज. ओके, एकदम शॉर्ट में. सो ये रहा फिलोलॉजी से. प्लीज़ ख़ुद का नोट्स बनाओ. एग्ज़ाम से पहले ये जो क्वेश्चन पेपर है इससे काफ़ी ज़्यादा सिमिलर आपका एंड सेमेस्टर का पेपर होने वाला है. ऑलराइट, सो बी प्रिपेयर्ड. जो भी क्वेश्चन है आई एम 100% श्योर दैट बहुत सारी चीज़ सिमिलर होने वाली है. सो ऑल द बेस्ट वंस अगेन. अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो प्लीज़ रीच आउट टू मी. ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर एग्ज़ाम. टेक केयर, स्टे वेल. थैंक यू.